Ever been in a place in your life that you evaluate even things that you did that you thought it was like a negative, but in reality it wasn't a negative because you were able to, okay, I videotape myself going through an emotion, right? And I felt like I was weak when I did that. And then I realized that I was never weak because I was able to go through that emotion, exposing myself. That's the right word to choose. Why? Because I was exposing myself into what I was capable of and what I seen that I was doing that I thought was a bad thing, but in reality, when I witnessed it, when I evaluated myself, I'm like, damn, I really needed to go through this to understand this on a whole deeper level. And because I'm seeing everything come into reality, you know what I'm saying? Like, I see the emotion I'm going through and I'm experiencing when I experienced at that moment when I recorded that. And then when I evaluated, I'm like, wow, now I see the growth from it all. And not necessarily just the growth, how extraordinary of a human being I am to be able to master the fact that I was going through this emotion and I didn't let it control my scenario or my daily life like it used to in my past. So to see that mastery, I'm now like, I seen it as so small when everything was when it was happening, when I was in the in-between. Like, I seen it like, oh, I wasn't doing enough and it was small. And now that I see the whole outcome, because I'm evaluating what has happened in the past, and not necessarily because there's wallowing in the past and there's also evaluating because you're going to a next level and you feel it and that it just comes up. It literally comes up. It's like it's not necessarily you sitting on what happened in the past. It's just, okay, this happened and this is what you overcame. This is where we at right now. And how we did that, when I witnessed that video, I was able to evaluate what exactly happened to me on that day, and then what had happened afterwards, like how it broke down. And it was literally like a purge, what we consider purges, and also a rude awakening of a lot of things. Because when you don't want to come in accordance to the truth of things, there's resistance, and then you ask yourself why is certain things the way they are. It's because of the resistance, and on top of the resistance is because where the focus is at. The focus is at whatever is focused at. So let's say my focus is on the outcome not being the way I want it to be, and feeling like if I should be in a different chapter in my life, that I'm like behind in some type of way, right? So these feelings that are happening at this moment, and I'm not knowing how to manage it yet. That's why I say yet. Like, I'm not knowing how to manage it, but I maneuver it in a way that I can't express myself at the moment because of the fact that my intuition is taking a hold. It's my higher self taking a hold. Like, literally, I feel like I'm on co-pilot, but I'm not on co-pilot because I'm observing everything and I'm actually seeing everything. I'm very aware of what I'm doing. But this time, I'm doing what I used to do with the awareness. So now I'm able to be like, hold up. We know how this scenario is going to come out if we take this route. So now there's another route. There's actually, the epiphany is that lately when I walk to one of my clients, I see like these like pathways with lights, right? And there's luminescent light upstairs, but it's also daylight outside. So like those lights shouldn't be as bright, but they are like the pathway, and then it stops at a certain point. And everything connects. I mean, there's no coincidence. So when I seen that, I'm like, all right, this is like a pathway, dude. Like my pathway, it's gonna be like that. It's gonna be that some things are gonna be seen and something gonna be unseen. And what I mean by that in the silence, that's what's gonna be unseen. In the silence, nobody see the silence. You get what I'm saying? Nobody knows what's going on, what you battle in those silence. When in reality, you're just evolving in a way that you don't know necessarily, because it's uncomfortable. That's where we consider the fear stage, or going through the precipice of from one stage to another, or from one chapter to another chapter, or from one level to another level in your life. You know what I'm saying? So like when you're in that, it's very uncomfortable. Like, you don't know what to do. You don't know how to speak. You don't know who to speak to. You don't know where to run. You want to go out, and then when you realize towards the end it was always in, you kind of get frustrated and you get mad, and then but like it's not mad, it's grieving, because you experience all these things. But the thing is, and then you realize that you had to experience that. It wasn't like, oh my gosh, like this was done to me because the world hates me. No, it was literally, it's supposed to happen for me to learn. Hold on, guys, because I really feel like my cat just pooped, and that stinks like really bad. Hold on. Don't know that I left off, so we're just gonna keep on going to what the information I'm receiving, and what I want to consider as a logical answer, but in reality, it's not a logical. It's bro. It's not a logical answer, because everybody experiences differently. For real, straight the fuck up. Like, be honest with yourself. Like, really be honest with yourself. There's no this is how you know there's no comparison with nobody. Like, there really isn't. The only comparison is with yourself. I'm gonna be the most honest and like valid for you to freaking see that. Damn, right? And even then, I'm not trying to prove or anything. I just want to say, like, just think of it this way. Everybody is different. You put a virus in a body. Everybody's body takes it differently. Like, okay, you put me next to another girl. We're going to a comparison with females. Why? Because I'm a woman. So we're going to comparison with another female, and we tend to get the flu, right? She don't get no symptoms at all. Like, she's non-symptomatic, which there's a lot of people that are non-symptomatic, right? And then there's the person that gets all the fucking symptoms. Then there's another girl that only gets half of the symptoms. And then there's one girl that only gets one, right? Right there, just there, that right there experience, just there is something else like that. You feel me? Like, if you think about it, that's how we know we're just one and one. Like, we're one, like only one person. Like, there's many people, but we're all one, and we're all unique. You know what I'm saying? So, like, there's no tool that can fix me that can fix you. Do you understand what I mean? Like, whatever. Anyways, so I understand myself. So now I see the understanding of it all, like how it all connects. And it's just like, and it's crazy because it all runs by emotions and reactions, and the focus on. Like, right now, I smell the poop. Like, I smell like my cat want to play around and stuff, and she poops somewhere, and I'm gonna find it, and it's gonna piss me off. It's not in the freaking litter box though. So that's my focus. My head is on there, so I'm gonna end up speaking on what my head just said. Where'd you poop at? You poop somewhere, because I smell poop, bro. My breath don't stink. Nothing. No, this just, I don't understand why it smells like poop. So now let's go focus on another thing. You see how it just my mind just jumped from one place to another, like. And not everybody do that. There's other people that just focus on one thing and stay focused on one thing. That's their tunnel vision. You know, my tunnel vision is many dimensions. It has like an onion. So where do you want to go? We went this way. Okay, we don't talk about this for like 10 minutes, and then whoop, jump forward to a whole nother conversation, deeper conversation, because it goes deeper in that. Boop, and jump on something deeper that connects to, because everything connects. It really fucking connects. Like, you really evaluate yourself on a whole different level. Everything connects. So it's beautiful to see, but in the moment, this sucks. I'm not gonna lie, it really fucking sucks ass. You want to cry your eyes out, and sometimes you really do cry your eyes out. You want to fucking yell and fucking punch, and then you really want to react to everything the way you reacted before, but you know that you can't react that way. Why? Because if you react that way, it doesn't bring anything valuable to your reality at the moment. So you find a way to alter that reality, because you know now how to alter the reality, because you know that you are the puppet master, and you know that you are the creator of your own universe. So you go ahead and learn how to play around with it, because you don't know how to play around with it, because you're listening to outside sources, and you find out that all the outside sources are their experiences. So it's his story, it's not your story. So you're like understanding that it's your story, and that you are the one that's creator. And then if you go with their story, then they're the ones creating your story. So I figured that how am I free if they're the ones creating my story? So I had to free myself in knowing that I'm the creator of my story, and create my own story, and make everything that I see be possible, because it is possible. It's not impossible. So like, even the one things that you would figure that it's really not possible, and it's bullshit. We're infinite beings, so it is possible that we don't see it at the moment. That's the possibility of it being possible, because it's not possible at the moment. So somebody will see it as a possibility. So that energy, that focus comes into reality. Yeah. But there's the conditioning in so many forms. The conditioning in so many forms is what like makes the okay, you got the road right, you got the pavement that you made right, and then you got these rocks that want to come around and stuff like that. So when you're riding your bike, you're feeling the bumps and bruises, but it's just the conditioning. And then when you start to pave, you see your road, and then when you start to pave your road, go back and be like, all right, let's go ahead and remove all these little blockages and stuff like that. So you start to remove and pave and learn from them, and then, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's a smoother ride. But even with the bumpy ride, there's so much growth in that bumpy ride, because you learn how to deal with that emotion, or whatever experience that you were experiencing, and overcome that, and use that for your gain, for value to you, and see how powerful you are in yourself, and see how beautiful life is around you, because it created that moment, that experience at that moment, to be able to make this beautiful amplification all around you, that it's not just centered on you, it's centered on everything that's connected to you, which is everything and nothing.